Chapter 1. Unlocking the Ocean's Symphony. Elara loved the ocean. Just like her father, Dr. Aris, he was a marine biologist who studied coral reefs. But Elara was fascinated by something else, the sounds of the ocean. She was a bioacoustician, a scientist who listens to the sounds of animals. Her favorite animals were the biggest and most mysterious ones, the whales. Have you ever wondered what whales are saying to each other? Elara did. She spent all her time thinking about it. She believed they had a secret language, a complex world of sounds that humans did not understand. She was on a small research boat with her father in the middle of a vast, blue ocean. Their mission was to listen. Studying whales was very challenging. The ocean was huge, and you could only see the whales for a few seconds when they came to the surface to breathe. You could not follow them easily. Their real lives happened deep under the water, in the dark. Elara's most important tool was a hydrophone. A hydrophone is a special microphone that can record sound underwater. Every day, she dropped the hydrophone into the deep water and put on her headphones. She closed her eyes and listened to the symphony of the ocean. She heard the sound of the waves, the clicks of small shrimp, and sometimes, if she was lucky, she heard the ghosts of the ocean, the whales. "It's so difficult," she said to her father one afternoon. "We know they are talking, but we are only hearing small pieces of their conversation. It's like trying to read a book by looking at only 1 or 2 words on each page." Her father smiled. "That is the challenge, Elara, but new technology is helping us. We are starting to understand. We are unveiling the hidden language of the whales, one sound at a time." Chapter 2. The Whale Song, a Symphony of Sounds. One evening, the ocean was very calm. The sun was a big orange ball, slowly sinking into the water. Elara put her hydrophone into the sea. She put on her headphones and closed her eyes. At first, she heard nothing, only the soft sound of the water moving. Then, a new sound started. It was a low, long, beautiful sound. It was a sound that made her feel very small and peaceful. It grew louder and more complex. It was a song. It was a humpback whale, singing its lonely melody in the deep ocean. The song was not simple. It had different parts, like a human song. There were high sounds and low sounds, repeating patterns and long notes. It was a true symphony. Elara felt tears in her eyes. The beauty of the song was incredible. She passed the headphones to her father. He listened for a moment and smiled. "A humpback," he said. "They are the best singers in the ocean." "What is he singing about?" Elara asked. Her voice was just a whisper. "That is the big mystery," Dr. Aris replied. "We think these songs have different functions. It is usually the male whales that sing these long, complex songs. So, one idea is that they are singing to find a partner. It is a courtship song, like a love song. A beautiful song shows that he is a strong and healthy whale." He continued, "But they could also be using the songs for navigation, to know where they are in the vast ocean. Or maybe they are marking their territory, telling other males, 'This is my space.'" For the next hour, they listened as the whale continued its song. Elara recorded everything. She could see the sounds on her computer screen. They looked like beautiful, complex waves. Later, she compared the recording to other whale songs they had. Each whale had a unique voice, but the songs from whales in the same area were very similar. They all sang the same popular song of the season, but next year, the song would be completely different. The whales changed their songs over time, like human musicians creating new music. It was a culture, a musical tradition, deep under the waves. Chapter 3. The Language of Echolocation. A few days later, they were in a different part of the ocean. Elara was listening again. This time, she heard very different sounds. She did not hear long, slow songs. Instead, she heard a series of fast, sharp clicks. Click, dash, click, dash, click, dash, click, dash, click. It was followed by a series of high whistles. "What is that?" she asked her father. "It doesn't sound like the humpback." "It's not," he said. "That sounds like a pod of dolphins, or maybe sperm whales. They are communicating in a different way. They are using echolocation." "Echolocation," Elara said. "I've read about it. Is like seeing with sound." "Exactly," Dr. Aris said, excited. "It is a fascinating phenomenon. A whale, like a sperm whale, makes a powerful clicking sound. That sound travels through the water. When the sound hits an object like a fish, a squid, or a rock on the ocean floor, it bounces back. This is an echo." He pointed to his head. The whale's large head has a special organ that receives this echo. Its amazing brain then translates the echo into a picture. So, the whale can see everything around it in the dark, deep ocean. It can see the size of a fish, its shape, and how fast it is moving. It is how they navigate and hunt for food. Elara was amazed. She tried to imagine perceiving the world in this way. You didn't use your eyes. You sent out sounds and listened to the echoes to build a picture of your surroundings. The different clicks and whistles were their language. They used them for social interaction, to talk to each other. A certain whistle could be a call to a friend. A series of clicks could be a warning about danger. She listened to the sounds on her headphones again. The clicks were so fast, it was like a machine gun. The whistles were sharp and clear. This was not the slow symphony of the humpback whale. This was a fast, detailed conversation. The whales were talking about their world, a world they saw not with light, but with sound. Chapter 4. Unveiling the mysteries with new technology. For many years, scientists like Elara and her father recorded these sounds. They had thousands of hours of whale songs, clicks, and whistles, but it was very hard to understand. It was too much information for a human to analyze. But on this trip, they had a new partner on their boat, a powerful computer with special software. The software used artificial intelligence, or AI. Elara's job was to teach the AI to recognize different whale sounds. She gave the computer hundreds of examples. This is a humpback song, she told the AI. This is a sperm whale's click. This is a dolphin's whistle. The AI learned very fast. Soon it could listen to the ocean and tell them exactly which animals were there, but it could do more. The AI started to find patterns that the humans could not see. One afternoon, the AI made a loud beep. On the screen, a message appeared. High probability of feeding dive. Elara looked at the sound patterns the computer had identified. It was a specific series of clicks that a sperm whale made. A few minutes later, the AI beeped again. It showed them that the whale was coming back up to the surface. It works, Elara shouted with excitement. They were starting to decode the language. They could not translate it into human words like hello or I am hungry, but they were beginning to understand the meaning of the calls. They knew that a certain sound pattern meant the whale was going to hunt. Another pattern meant it was calling to its family. This was a huge breakthrough. It was the future of whale communication research. With this new technology, they could finally start to understand the secrets of the whales. It was a window into their hidden world. Chapter 5. Human Impact and Conservation. One morning, Elara heard a new sound through her hydrophone. It was not a whale or a dolphin. It was a low, loud, constant noise. The noise got louder and louder. What is that? She asked her father, taking off her headphones. The noise was unpleasant. Dr. Eris looked out at the horizon. In the distance, they could see a huge cargo ship. It was a giant ship carrying things across the ocean. That is noise pollution, he said, his face serious. That is the sound of the ship's engine. Now, listen to the whales. Elara put her headphones back on. The sound of the ship was very loud. It was a wall of noise, and behind that wall, there was silence. The whales had stopped talking. The beautiful symphony and the fast conversations were gone. The ocean is not a quiet place anymore, Dr. Eris explained. There are so many ships. The noise from their engines, from oil drilling, and from military sonar is making the ocean a very loud place. This is a huge problem for whales and dolphins. Why? Elara asked, though she thought she already knew the answer. Because they live in a world of sound, he said. Imagine trying to talk to your friend at a very, very loud rock concert. You would have to shout, and you probably could not hear what your friend was saying. That is the life of a whale now. The noise pollution makes it difficult for them to communicate. They can't find partners. Mothers and their babies can get separated. They can't find food. It's very stressful for them. Elara felt a deep sadness, but also a feeling of responsibility. These magnificent creatures had a complex culture, a secret language, and humans were destroying it without even knowing. She understood that her work was not just about science and discovery. It was also about conservation. To protect the whales, they had to protect their world. They had to protect the quiet of the deep ocean. As she looked out at the water, she promised herself that she would be a voice for the whales. She would use her research to show the world how amazing these animals were. She would help people understand the importance of protecting their ocean home. The secret language of the whales was a treasure, and it was a treasure that the world needed to protect.